Hi there, how you doing? Happy New Year, Happy New Year. I don't think I've said that in a long time. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for always coming back. To every new subscriber, I really appreciate you. You know, I just noticed how, of course I noticed, because every time I wake up in the morning I'm checking, okay, how many views do we have on our previous videos, how is the channel doing, how many more subscribers do we have, and I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for everyone who has come across my video randomly, for everyone who has recommended my videos, for my subscribers who keep coming back. I really appreciate you. You guys are the real MVP. So thank you so much. I'm feeling so grateful. So in today's video, I had already mentioned that I owe you guys a video of me traveling from the States back to Uganda. So for those of you who are seeing my face for the very first time, if you're a new subscriber, my name is Rachel Agasha. I'm Ugandan born and raised. I moved to the States in August 2022 and I lived there for the last 2 years and came back to Uganda this Christmas holiday to spend some time with my family, to unwind, to blow off some steam, to basically reset. I must say. So it has been beautiful. It has been a very beautiful experience. I'm creating the content. I promise I'll keep uploading. I swear to you, I feel like everything that I do is content and I get tired. I swear I get tired because everywhere I'm like, okay, let me raise the camera, let me do this, let me record that, and then sometimes it's just too much. I do not know how to compile it and put things together. I do not know what is relevant and what isn't relevant. I don't know what you guys want to see and what you don't want to see, because one thing I know for a fact is that I do not create content for myself. I create content for you guys. So I want to make sure I'm creating something that you love, something that you can always come back to watch. Yeah, so if you have any ideas of what it is that you want me to create about, please let me know, because sometimes I am at like a creation block, literally. Now I totally understand why writers decide to take like long vacations just to, you know, get rid of the writing block and all that stuff. But yeah, the difference between I think the writers and us is that we're constantly creating, so we're able to interact with you guys on a personal level and you guys can tell us what it is that you want to watch. So if there's anything that you'd want to see me do or you'd want me to create about, please let me know. Yeah, so in today's video I'm going to be basically taking you through my journey all the way from the USA back to Uganda. Yeah, so for starters, of course, you have to make up your mind to want to travel. So I'd already told myself 2 years later I'll definitely go back home, because I needed it. Oh my god, I needed it so bad. So you're going to forgive the noise in my background. I am home. I have babies. So much happens at home that I don't have control over, so I'm just in the confines of my room. That is the only space that I can control, you know. So I have baby siblings and all that stuff, so it's too much. So I had always known that I wanted to travel back this year, the previous year, 2024. So I had to make sure I was getting my plane ticket on time, a little bit like ahead of time, because if you decide to get your ticket in like December, when you're traveling in December, the price is like up that side. So I went to the internet and looked for the cheapest air ticket from IAD, Washington DC to Entebbe airport, and I found one from Egypt Air, and I paid $1,206. Yeah, so that was the cheapest ticket at the moment. All of the others, that Turkish Airlines, not Ethiopian, Turkish Airlines, all the others were fully booked. Like the dates that I wanted to travel were already booked. So this particular one was available, so I booked my air tickets and I waited for my day to travel. So on the 12th is when I left my house. As you can see here, I am struggling with my suitcases. So these guys gave me 2 suitcases, the luggage, yeah, and then a carry-on. So I had 2 big bags, my carry-on, the little luggage, and then a backpack. So course, I had to do shopping prior. I was in the stores looking for this, looking for that, because again, you don't want to come back home empty-handed. So I was out there looking for so many things, like you can see in the videos. I was moving from one store to another, because again, you don't want to come back here without anything, people looking at you and saying, hey, Rachel didn't bring this, Rachel didn't bring us anything, and all those things. But also I appreciate the fact that I don't have those kinds of people in my life. Yeah, I mean, they probably would say, but I would never know. But I knew that I was not about to come back home empty-handed. So I went to Walmart, I went to Costco, I went to Sam's Club, I bought things online. I was literally everywhere trying to get things for what? For my people back home, as you can see in the videos. Then I got to IAD because my flight was at midday. I had to be there a little bit, of course, before midday. So I got there an hour early, which was late because you get there and the lines are long. You of course, different people are trying to check in their bags and all that stuff, and of course get their boarding passes and all that stuff. So it was a lot, but then we're able to navigate, got into the plane. And then for some reason we were, I think, delayed by like an hour or something. I don't know, because there was no explanation. And then we flew from IAD to Egypt, Cairo. So this journey, it was 12. So we're supposed to get to Cairo at, I think 5 a.m. Around 5 a.m. because it was a 10-hour journey from the USA to Cairo. So truth be told is I didn't even feel the 10 hours, because as soon as I got on that plane, I had very good people that I was sitting with. They were kind, they were nice. So we're on this flight for 10 hours and I didn't even feel it pass by. I was sitting next to a window. I loved that. And of course the 10 hours are long and it is night, so what anyone would presume to do is sleep, and I slept through that flight. They served us food, as you can see, but this food wasn't so good. I mean, Egypt, no, I've used KLM and the food was good. I did not like this food, but what was I supposed to do? I had carried my own snacks, so I just kept snacking on whatever it is that I had. But yeah, the food wasn't really the best. Of course, they provide drinks and those other little snacks, but I didn't have those because I had my own snacks and I was okay. They provided us with a little bag that had a toothbrush and some toothpaste and a pen, which was kind of them, because at the end of at the end of your flight, you need to fill in those, I think they're called, I don't know what they're called, but there's some papers that you leave at immigration to show how long you're going to be in the country, or if you're just going through the country, or you're there to visit, all those things. So that pen really came in handy. I still have it here and I've used it for very many other things, so I'm glad that they gave us that. So thank you for that package, Egypt Air. I loved that. So went through all these other continents. Yes, because I remember the map shows you the different cities that you're going through. So went through all those cities and then reached Cairo finally. So when I got to Cairo, I honestly did not know, because I had a 16-hour layover in Cairo. So I did not know that the flight had actually gotten me a hotel and all those things, which I was very glad for, because my plan was initially, I was like, you know what? If I can find a hotel that is close to the airport and I'm going to spend like $100, I'll do that, because I really needed to like rest, you know. 10 hours of you flying and just sitting in one place is a lot. You could use like a minute or two or an hour to stretch and all that stuff. So I get to the airport and I'm trying to figure out what it is that I'm supposed to do, because no one had told me, oh, you would have a hotel room or whatever. So I'm just following, and meanwhile in my head I'm looking for any like accommodation facility that I can find close to the airport where I can go and rest. So of course all these guys are saying, oh, where are you going, blah, blah. So I'm still inside the airport, and then I just read at a particular random door and they're saying accommodation facilities and all. So I go in, I talk to them, and these guys already had my, I don't know if it's, they had my visa already, and they also had my I think like a receipt or for my hotel room my hotel, and the hotel guys were kind enough. So everything was already washed, and I was like, you know what, this is nice. It's very kind of you. Thank you so much. So I get out. At this time it's like 6 a.m. We're still waiting. So they tell me, just wait outside, your shuttle, the hotel shuttle is going to come and pick you up. I'm like, okay, cool, that's nice, that's really kind of you. So we wait for like 1.5 hours because it was very early. I think the hotel hadn't started operating, so we had to wait and wait and wait. Meanwhile, I'm tired. And in the what is it called, in the airport, there are all these guys, tourists. I think they do this whole tourism thing, and this guy is telling me, oh no, you need to see the pyramids, you need to do a camel ride, I think camel back riding, you need to see the Nile, you need to do a Nile cruise. And I'm looking at this guy, and you guys, I was very convinced. And then he texts me to their office thingy. I'm like, but you know, some part of me is like, it is not safe. It is not safe. Also, you're not American. If anything went wrong, no one even wants to know. My parents don't have money for ransom. It's all these things that are running through my head. I'm like, if they kidnapped me now, who even cares about me? I was like, you know what, you guys, this guy had even already written my receipt for me. I was like, you know what, no, I don't think I want to do this. I know he had convinced me, or we're going to drive you to your hotel and we're going to pick you up. This trip also has lunch on it, or we will make sure we bring you back to the airport by 7, because my flight was at 9 p.m. So I needed to be at the airport by like 7 p.m. We'll make sure you're back before time. Our tour guide is going to be with you the whole time. I'm like, boss, no, thank you. I get my $100, keep it. And I'm like, what was I about to do? Anywho, long story short, our shuttle comes, the hotel shuttle comes, picks us up. We go because I was with other people, it was not just by myself. There were different other people going to Africa, different African countries, so we were more than one. And we were many basically, I wasn't by myself. So we reached the hotel, and this guy just tell us, oh no, put your luggage here and go have breakfast. By the time you come back, we'll have figured out the room situation for you. I'm like, okay. So I think these guys have like a contract with the airline. So whoever is going through like Cairo, they give them a room at this place. So we go, we had very nice breakfast. Like you can see, the breakfast was good. It was the meal that I was really longing for. Had a very nice heavy breakfast, because I knew for a fact I wasn't going to wake up for lunch or dinner or whatever. I knew that by the time I get out of my hotel room, I just wanted to be leaving for the airport, and that was it. So I had my breakfast, very good breakfast, and then I went to the room. I knew I'd come back to Africa when I saw the bathroom setting. I was like, come on, you guys can do barriers. You know how African bathrooms are made? By the way, when I say African bathrooms, I promise you, the bathrooms out there are different. Because why isn't there a barrier? Like, you know, of the toilet is right here, and then the bathroom is right there. Like, water is literally splashing everywhere. Come on, you guys. Come on, we can do better. So just look at this bathroom, and I laugh, but it's clean, pretty clean. Like you can see, the hotel room was nice, the bed was nice. I mean, I don't know how much it cost, but I needed it and I loved it. So I shower, I freshen up, brush my teeth, and then I go to bed, and whew, it was a I had a very good night, a good sleep, very good. So I slept. There was a wedding happening downstairs, I think like at the hotel or something. There was those guys who woke me up. As you can see, it was a very beautiful wedding. I enjoyed the wedding from my hotel window. But yeah, and then at around 7 p.m. We got ready. I got out of our hotel room, and we headed back to the airport. So I reached the airport. They had to do, of course, the check-ins and all that stuff. And then I find my fellow Ugandans. You see, one thing about us is Tetubula. So I found Ugandans who are first coming from like Egypt. I think others who had come from these other different countries, and there was some who were coming from Dubai, some from Saudi Arabia. And I was like, okay, and you know how we can be loud and speaking in Uganda, and I was like that particular joy. I think that joy of, oh my god, these are my country people, you know, and it was beautiful. So we were using gate 9, but the whole gate was full, you know. I was like, you know what, I'll just wait like a little bit further. So I got a place to sit and sat, and it felt good. I mean, I was still 5 hours away from home, but being with these people and hearing them speak our language, I was so happy. So at that point, some other ladies came to join me, and then we started jazzing. One was from Egypt, another was from Saudi Arabia, and she had not left Saudi for the last 6 years. So she was going back home after 6 years. And she was so happy. She's talking about how her parents are going to be very shocked for them. They think I am very small. And you know how people go to those countries and they're fighting for their lives. But she was really happy. She's like, my madam treats me so well. She's so nice. And I was happy for her. And we were laughing the whole time. I was so happy because one of the ladies was actually sitting with her in the plane. And the other was like right in front of us, and we were laughing the whole time because she was so loud and she was funny. And she's those people who, like, when you're with her, you're not bored. And she was telling us all her plans, how she was going to get married, how she's very old. She feels like she's really old now. She can't go back before getting married. And I'm like, you know what? Whatever gives you peace, you do that. But be careful. I'm in Uganda, you know. And she was talking about one of her friends who had traveled to Uganda and they had killed her. She even had a whole video like, you know what, be careful, have a good time, but please be careful. And yeah, so we got onto the Egypt Air again. Now, I appreciated this particular flight because it had proper legroom, like a lot of legroom. It was not fully packed, okay, like not fully booked. So we were free, we had space, we had, like, everything was so nice. And I didn't even feel the 5 hours go by, you know. So we're on that flight for 5 hours. And then we reached home, like you can see our airspace, you guys. So we had left Egypt in the night, and of course the lights, like, you know, all that stuff. And it's beautiful. And then we get to the Ugandan airspace. It was hilarious. So for some time, for some reason, I was like, this is home. Like, you know, that the beauty of it's all these imperfections that make it home, that make it perfect. Everything that I really live for, everything that I love to see. So I'm looking down and there's literally nothing. Like, it's dark. Like in some particular places, like 2, 3 like lights, and so like, you know what, that's probably Pakwat, or I don't know, but you see me on the on the map it shows the cities. But I loved it all because I was just so glad to be home. We landed safely. I could see our airport and Uganda Airlines. That feeling, I mean, I can't explain it exactly. So now there's a hustle getting, you know, your baggage, and you know, you have to go to baggage claim, get your luggage, and then I get to Entebbe airport and it's all looking fancy and bougie, whatever it is. I mean, we need to give credit where it is due. The government or whoever it is that is working on the Entebbe airport, you guys are doing a great job. Please keep it up. The Entebbe airport is beautiful. The one thing that we could ask you when I tusaba kuka SC akatono now, I do not know if because that's coming from a country that is very cold or a country where there's SC literally everywhere. But what was that? It was so hot at the airport. I was like, okay, and it was very early in the morning. Anange batwe kuka SC tusaba kuka SC. At least at the airport, you know. But it was so beautiful. Everything else was so nice. The escalators, all those things are, I love it. I really, really loved it. We went through immigration. We didn't have any much trouble, really. I mean, we're Ugandans. We're coming back home. So we just went through the lines. Shoo, shoo, shoo. And then we went to baggage claim, and I'm praying, dear Lord, let me find my luggage, because my friends who had been traveling be like, oh, our luggage got lost, bichi, those things. So I was like, God, I can't afford to lose my luggage. Everything in my luggage I need. It is very important, please. So as I'm just arriving at the baggage claim, I see one of my suitcases and I'm running. Because again, I'm not about to let my luggage go and then come back another round. Some nice gentleman helps me pick it up. And then I'm waiting for my other bag. My other bag also shows up. I'm like, you know what? Now we're good to go. So I get another thing that I appreciate about the Ugandan Entebbe airport is the strollers. Those little things where we put our bags and, you know, move them around. In other countries, you pay for those. I got there and I was asking these guys how much, and they're like, oh, it's free. I'm like, oh, really? That's nice. So that's really kind of you. Thank you guys for making those free for us, because honestly, we come back and you're looking at things and you're like, eh. So that was really kind. Thank you so much for that. I put my bags on those strollers and I am fighting for my life, and then you have to go through immigration again. I'm like, Jesus Christ, let me tell you, I don't even mean to be disrespectful. If I'm disrespectful, please forgive me. But we had been through all the check-ins and all until we reached Egypt. Like, why are there so many check-ins? Not check-ins, I mean, the checking of remove your shoes, this, that, like 1,000 stops. Why are we doing this? Like, what is it that I had that I came in with from the other checkpoint to now this checkpoint and another checkpoint? These guys literally even check you as you enter the plane. Like, come on. Anyway, I'm sorry. It's probably how things are done in Africa. And it's okay. I mean, if that makes us feel safer, no problem. I really understand that. So I reach immigration. I have to take my bags through, I think, that thing that they check. I put my bags through, and this guy says, oh, you have new stuff in your suitcase. Please go over there and they check. Of course I have new stuff in my suitcase. Yes, I got new stuff. So I understand the things that you carry into the country and you have to pay taxes for and all those things. But I mean, I have 5, 6 watches. I have 2 suits for my little siblings. And you're saying I have new things in my suitcase. This guy's like, go over there and they check you. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. I get my bags, put them onto my stroller again. I don't know what that thing is called, but I'll call it a stroller, and go, and I go. So I get out. I get out, and oh, at this point, I am overwhelmed. I do not know what I am feeling, but I'm so grateful to God that I'm home and I'm looking ahead and I'm looking at my family, and I can't even record because at this point I just want to cross and just get there. My baby brother comes, Lawson had come, as you can see in the video. It was nice. It was nice. This moment was everything that I was looking forward to. Who am I? Honestly, every time like I want to take things for granted, I just think of who am I? I had people waiting for me at the airport. People who left their time to come and make sure, who left their beds to make sure when I got to the airport, I had people waiting for me. So this is basically us leaving the airport, and I'm so excited. At this point my heart is very full. I'm like, God, okay. So we get home. I met my siblings. It was very early because I was arriving at around, I think 5 a.m. or 3 a.m. actually 3 a.m. but for some reason again our flight was delayed like by an hour or 2. So by the time I got out of the airport, it was around 6 a.m. actually. And yeah, that's my whole journey from the USA to Kampala, Uganda. And I have been here because I came here on I landed on 14th December 2024, and it's currently 19th January 2025. So it's been a whole month and a few days, and I'm loving every minute of it. I'll be traveling back soon, so yeah, I'll try and upload as much content as I can. Everything that I can find, I'll put up here for you, because you guys deserve it. And I thank you so much for supporting me. I thank you so much for constantly coming back to watch my videos. I know I'm not the most interesting human being, but you guys keep coming back and keep asking for more, so it's really humbling. I hope I never bore you. When you feel like I am boring you, please let me know so I can do better. Yeah. But thank you so much for watching this video to the very end. Please be sure to leave a like for the video. If you have anything to say, please leave it in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I hope I gave you a reason to subscribe, or I'll probably give you a reason to subscribe next time. But be sure to watch another video. I'll see you in our next video. Take care and stay safe. Bye.